and principalities.
There's so much fire inside me.
Tragedy struck when part of the largest hillside at the kosher rubbish dump collapsed.
It's going to be fun to see how he goes about approaching this game.
We table issues relating to the arts and entertainment for a riveting discussion, of course, without fear nor favor.
The question the presenter asked them was a dumb question. You need to speak the fact and move.
Varied views. We agree to disagree.
So I would disagree with everything you said. I think that he's a smart guy. I think what he did.
No, but I also said he's a smart guy.
Yeah.
I guess that I'm waiting for the what next.
Yeah, I don't think that we have to wait for what next.
It sometimes gets confrontational, but that's the beauty of the game.
Today you are denying funny face.
It's not my brother.
You are denying funny face.
I don't know him.
You don't know funny face.
It's not my brother.
You don't know funny face.
It's a package. We meet, we sit, we dialogue, we learn, we progress. My name is Benefo Huabin Abrantepa, a proud blogger, and this is my forum.
Crime and its related activities continue to be among any country's biggest concerns, and the case of Ghana is no different. Available statistics say that as of June 2021, Ghana achieved a crime index of 46.98, meaning that at the said date, crime in Ghana was considered as being on a moderate level. In 2019, however, the level of crime is said to have peaked. Despite these statistics, there continues to be reported cases of crime that have led to loss of properties and deaths across the country. Daylight robbery has become a major cause for concern in recent times, with mobile money vendors and shop operators being major victims. Robberies in traffic used to be a thing people only complain about as being rampant at night, but the stories have changed. In the month of September alone, and in the space of 1 week, there were some 4 major robberies recorded in Accra, as they were reported by major news portals in the country. On September 20, 2021, a robbery syndicate tailed a woman from a bank in Abeka in Accra and robbed her of an estimated amount of 29,000 Ghana cedis. 3 days after, another robbery of similar fashion happened at Kwashiman, where a man was shot in a daylight robbery operation close to a Bank of Africa branch. At Sampa Valley near Wager Barrier on Friday, September 24, 2021, 4 robbers on 2 different motorbikes carried out another successful robbery, and there were many others. But one thing all these cases have in common is that the perpetrators of these crimes move around on motorbikes, making it easier for them to escape. In this GhanaWeb special, we zero in on crime. Media personality Bridget Otu recounts how 2 men robbed her shop some weeks ago.
So the incident happened around 9 a.m. I was at the main shop, so I have 2 shops. I was at the main shop and an unknown number called me. I picked up, then I could hear. In fact, to be very honest, I didn't even realize it was my shop attendant who was calling me. And she was screaming, crying, "Madam." But when I heard money, I knew, okay, that's Doris. So crying, "Madam, save me, Madam, things like that." So I was a bit like, hey, I just said, "Doris, calm down." Fortunately, there was a mason I work with in the shop, so I just told him to run to the other shop, that something is happening there, while I was on the phone with her. Then a friend who was also there to buy, I asked him to move his car so that if anything at all, he can bring her to the other shop. So so they moved there, and then they brought her to the shop. It was when she came in that she told me that the entire story, that 2 guys were on a bike. In fact, they had passed the shop, and then they turned and came back. And when they came back, she had her head on the table. She was reading. So she got up, she thought they were coming to buy cement. She walked up and the guy showed her the gun, that she shouldn't scream. And that is because there's a neighboring shop. They also sell cement and rent wheelbarrows and tile cement and all that. So she kept quiet and the guy ransacked her and got 500 cedis. And then he took the mobile phone and then they told her to sleep again. So she slept. Then when they moved out, they were going to the next shop. And the neighboring shop had seen what was going on. I think he had suspected that maybe like what's happening in Bridget's shop. So he was ready for them. So Gomez charged on the other attacker when they ran up to him and said, like, then what does he have? And he tried to fight them. I think the second guy also had a gun. So when he saw the second gun, so at this moment they were shooting, by the way. So when she saw the second gun, then he ran. So he also ran. It was at that point that my girl also started running. And I think she was asked to go and hide in some block factory around. Yeah, so she told us, she told me her side. So I called Gomez. At the time I called him, that's my neighbor's shop. He didn't pick up. But second time he picked up and he told me this is what had happened. And in fact, even though he ran away, he went to get somebody else to chase the guys and see if they would find them. And they never found them. So yeah, police came, I think, met them first. We hadn't gone there because when it happened, I told them to close the shop. So we closed the shop.
Another victim of daylight robbery, a videographer at GhanaWeb, tells us how a young man threatened him and his boat driver with a knife while in traffic.
I was supposed to go and cover an assignment, but it was postponed. So on the boat driver I took to the place, because the program was cancelled, I told him to bring me back to the office. So we used the Tigo office stretch through Asylum down psychiatric hospital.
You are talking about the Tigo head office?
The Tigo head office.
Okay.
So from there we get to the SU Towers traffic light. I think the light was on red. The traffic light was on red. So we were there. Most of the time when I'm in boat, I like chatting with the drivers a lot. So I was chatting with the driver. All of a sudden, I saw this guy who just pounced on me and said, "Boss, I'm in for your phone."
You were still in the car?
Yeah. "I'm in for your phone." At that time, I was trying to roll the glass up, but he was trying to pressing it down and forcing himself into the car.
You were trying to roll up the glass? That means the gentleman's hand was in the car. Okay, so we just need to let our viewers understand that this area Richard is talking about is just the intersection in front of the Electoral Commission headquarters, and that is supposed to be like a security zone. There are a lot of policemen and armored vehicles around and all of that. Okay. So his hand was in the car?
Yeah. And there was another car parked
to your side?
To our side. So if you are in the other car, you think the guy is trying to beg for money. Your mind will never go there, because the way he has positioned himself, seriously, you don't know something is going on.
So he just looked like someone who was
begging. Yeah. So he said, I came in for your phone, but all of a sudden, boss, I don't need anything. I need money. I like you. I really like you. That's what the guy was saying. I really like you. I don't want to do anything bad to you. So from that time, I thought it's like somebody who needs money. So I took it cool. I said, "Oh, boat driver, if you have something on you, we kindly give it to the guy. When we get to the office, I'll give it to you back." So the boat driver took 1 cedi and gave it to the guy. And the guy like, one Ghana cedi. And it's like, "Whoa, bro, you are giving street boy 1 Ghana cedi. Listen, let me tell you, boss, I like you. I like you. I don't want to do anything bad to you. I'm with my guys. I'm an armed robber. I came in for your phone."
He started confessing?
Yes, he started confessing. And I was like, whoa. All of a sudden, he put his hand into some small bag he has and brought out a dagger.
Oh.
And I said, wow.
So all along, he was not holding anything?
Anything.
So he had just come like a beggar, normal beggar, and then he was trying to pick your phone. Yeah. He actually asked for it.
Yeah. From that day, I look at the driver. The driver wanted to move the car. The driver wanted to move the car, but the way he has positioned the knife, if we try anything, maybe something will happen.
Where was the knife pointed at on your body? Where?
I think.
Where had he directed the knife at?
I think from my chest up to my neck level. So I was like, whoa. We can't move because cars from Kanda,
yes,
going through Ridge, it's the light was green, so they were moving. So we can't try to move. The moment we try to move, it will turn to other. Maybe another car will hit us. So it's like we are there. We are calm. We are calm. And we are from that side. From that side, the boat driver started to beg also. Boss, we don't have anything. We don't have anything.
All this time, the guy's dagger was still
on me,
on you.
Yeah.
And he had already, the driver had already given the
robber. He wasn't taking the 1 cedi.
He didn't take it.
No, he didn't take it. So it's like, boss, we beg you. I said, boss, calm down. I like you. I don't want to harm you.
This is the armed robber still talking to you.
I like you. I like you. I don't want to do anything bad to you. I said, give your boy something so that I'll leave. Okay, boss, we don't have. Don't worry. Take this. I promise you. If I have, I will give. I don't have. It's like, boss, I like you. I like you. And he took the money.
That's the 1 cedi?
The 1 cedi.
He eventually took the 1 cedi.
1 cedi. He took it and we turned and we did not see the guy.
The Ghana Police Service has assured citizens it is doing everything possible to put an end to crime in the country. The Acting Director General of the Public Affairs Department, ACP Kwesi Ofori, tells us how the service intends to achieve this.
Following there are 2 or 3 broad daylight robberies, the police quickly revise its strategy in confronting these menace. By so doing, the Accra and Tema Regional Police Commanders, including their divisional commanders, were summoned to the police headquarters by the Acting Inspector General of Police. We brainstormed, to bring our new strategies, which ran into late night. And I can assure you that the deployment made in the city, for now, have been able to stop these menace. In addition, also, intelligence-led operation have zeroed in on some of them, and they are presently incapacitated in terms of operating violently on our streets. Therefore, the measures put in place are very effective and were directed, targeted at those criminals. So as I speak to you, you might see a lot of police personnel at intersections, joints, and throughout the city. We have the static, foot patrols, and vehicular, supported by intelligence-led operations. So far, so good for us, not only in Accra and its outlying areas. We've also deployed heavily in the Bono East, Bono, and the Northern Corridor, where our special anti-robbery operations are going on. For instance, in the Bono East, we've been able to dismantle that network for now, and some been arrested and sent to court. And therefore, we've intensified our operations. And the Northern Corridor, that is the Savannah, Northern Region, Upper East, Upper West, all those areas in the Northeast are dear to the heart of the police administration, and we'll do whatever it takes to make sure that we clean those corridors in terms of criminal activities. And as I speak to you, even in the Afram place, recently the Inspector General of Police, Dr. George Kufu-Dampare, visited Afram Plains and its outlying areas. And as you know, it is a huge, food production area. And armed robbers are used to attack market women. Now we put stringent measures in place, snap checkpoints, patrols, and also the administration assess the operational capabilities and abilities of those areas. More resources are being pumped into the area, to make sure that the police are well established, so that police authority prevails. And so far, we've seen massive reduction in those robberies, where now market women go to and fro without let or hindrance. One thing is we've also trained our personnel purposely to deal with that kind of people using motorbikes to rob or steal. And we have the rovers. You might have noticed new bikes on the streets. And they are called rovers. It's a motorbike assault team. And that assault team has capabilities to stop them. And they have all it takes, to stop violent crime. And the number, the motorbike have been increased by even 40% now on our streets. And they are, assisting in these well-coordinated operations under the Director General Police Operations. Let me use this opportunity to assure Ghanaians that the police will do whatever it takes to make sure that their safety is guaranteed. We are doing everything possible in all the 16 political regions of this country to make sure that peace and security thrives all day throughout. In spite of our limitations, challenges, and what have you, the police administration is so concerned and is deploying and directing affairs in a well-coordinated manner to make sure that miscreants, criminals, are put behind bars. And ever since Inspector General of Police assumed office, we've seen greatly a paradigm shift with aggressiveness in combating violent crimes like robbery, among others. And we'll continue to do so. So far, for the last 2 weeks or so, the country has been very calm, no serious recorded robbery, But let me also use this opportunity to advise members of the public that people should be very careful about their personal security, workplace security, among others. When you deal with cash, you should put stringent security measures in place. Like we always say, like those doing the mum, look by the roadside and the trees, on bicycles, in communities. Amen. People display money, sitting and doing all this kind of thing. I believe the telcos also should have a second look, about making sure that they operate from safer grounds, safer stores and so forth than what we see. And I believe you can go around, you can see even under trees and so forth. And it is not safe for people to be transacting money business, that way. But nevertheless, police, we are so determined to make sure that we protect all, and we will continue to do so, marshalling our strength, putting our resources at the doorsteps and services at the doorsteps of our people.
A security analyst, Adam Bona, is of the view that people need to take their personal security seriously.
Streetism, these young people on our street and street hawking, because then you actually don't know who is a hawker, you don't know who is a beggar, and you don't know who is a criminal. If we can reduce street hawking, if we can reduce street begging, and we can reduce, all these people who are on the streets doing one thing or the other, which our law doesn't permit. This incident of robbing people on our, major intersections will be a thing of the past. But I know that the police is reinforcing, is putting more people at various checkpoints to ensure these things don't happen. I want to also urge that a lot more resources should be given to the police. Motorbikes, because most of these guys who are committing these crimes are using motorbikes because it is easy to get away. But if you are using a vehicle, how do you chase a motorbike? You could use a walk path and you cannot go on there. And so, apart from that, we should be alert. And citizens, don't roll your glass down if you feel you are not safe. It's difficult if using a vehicle that have air conditioning. Sometimes petrol is expensive or fuel is expensive. So most people it's not everybody who also likes air conditioning anyway. But we should be alert. Most cars are now centrally operated. You can lock the doors by your side, and as much as possible, let your glass be up when you are getting to traffic stops. That way, it becomes difficult for criminals to see you as a sitting duck. So these are things that I think we would have to do as a country to reduce the incidence of violent crimes.
It is now the hope that with the assurances coming in from the Ghana Police Service and with advice from security analysts like Adam Bona, you and I will stay safe out there. This has been a GhanaWeb special with me, Eche Atisu. Remember, there is news for you at www.ghanaweb.com.
When you can't quench yada, Udofu be after the nkwa enam can't quench aswana. What ye can't quench yebiso, ama we ma show, ma busa who say, eba ni saying. Any tunes after us, a Ghana web, na yentu anamon, near modelu emfa can't quench ya, who knew who quine faswa, Ibesia no quine. 27th November ya, any year, ewo presec Legon. Anopanu insia, near to anamon, enco Delish restaurant, I wo East Legon. Niemo kan kwenshia ho dawro kai se kan kwenshia to betwa ejinamene wa esanse obakofo ensanso nyame ani kata obakofo nso nchire damfo. GhanaWeb Road Safety Campaign, do the right thing, save a life. Midin at the Benefo Boabin Abrantipa.
The GhanaWeb Road Safety Walk is proudly sponsored by Trillium Industrial Company.
This is a bicycle. Not just any bicycle. This bicycle can operate as a motorbike if its rider is tired of pedaling at a point. And this is being done right here in Ghana. We are at Ashaiman, New York, and we are visiting the workshop of a young genius who is into the making of automotives. He makes bicycles like this. He makes tricycles, go-karts, and motorbikes. What's more remarkable is that this is not his only gift. He's also an artist, so he draws and he paints. That's fantastic, right? Yes. So we'll be meeting this young genius a little while after this short break. My name is Wanda Ami Hagan. This is People and Places. Welcome aboard. Welcome back from that short break. Thank you for staying with us. This is still People and Places, and this is our guest. His name is Ibrahim Sumaila, but he's popularly known as Ibrahim Spider. So thank you for speaking to us, Ibrahim.
Welcome.
Ibrahim Spider, that's your popular name, right?
Yeah.
Why the name?
Yeah, I got the name Ibrahim Spider from this bike.
Okay.
That I designed myself.
Yeah,
I made this bike for one of my guy, and he uses the bike he uses the bike to distribute quailers. Yeah. So he went to a man that the man saw the bike, and the man asked him, "Your bike is nice. Yeah. Where did you buy the bike from?" And he said, "This bike is made in Ashaiman."
Okay.
Wow. And the man said, "Wow, then I would like to see the guy who made the bike." So the man saw the bike. The name of the man is Nane Duboafo Jr.
Okay.
Yeah, he's a traditional herbalist. So he saw the bike and he said, "No, I want to see the guy." So the next day I went there with the owner of this bike. So that is where the name Spider came. Yeah, looking at the design on the tank, on the fuel tank, and at the downside, yeah. So.
But how long ago did you make this bike? When did you make it? Which year?
I made it this year.
Okay.
Yeah, this year, but.
So it was this year you met Edu Boafo?
Yeah, this year.
Okay.
This year, not too long ago.
And is that so? This year is when you started the whole automotive thing?
No.
When did you start?
I started it 5 years ago.
5 years ago?
Yeah.
So it means that until then, you didn't have a brand name?
No.
Okay.
No.
So you were doing it underground?
Yeah, I was doing it underground to help the people around me. Yeah.
5 years ago, that's like 2016?
Yeah, 2016. I came to this, I moved from Tema to New York, Ashaiman, New York here, 2010.
Okay.
2010. By then I was working in Tema Harbor. Yeah, I was working in GDLC. Yeah, I was just a labourer there. Yeah.
I see you have a t-shirt and a cap and everything with your logo.
This
I will come to that conversation into details, but I want to know about you, Ibrahim. Have you always wanted to be an auto mechanic?
Yeah.
Since you were a kid?
Since I was kid, I was doing this cars using this milk tin. Yeah.
The ones we used to play with when we were little?
Yeah, using this milk tin. I was doing it like...
How old were you when you started?
Oh, I started from 10 years ago. Yeah, when I was 10.
When you were 10?
And fortunately for me, I was even selling them at that age.
To who?
Yeah, to my friends and my friends around that time, because
I see.
Yeah, thank God, wherever I do attract Yeah, do attract.
Even at that age, you were making very beautiful.
I was making.
So you were selling it to them at how much?
Oh, sorry, I can't remember.
That's a long time ago. I understand.
Yeah, it was a long time ago. When I started as a painter. I do arts. That was my talent.
Which came before the other? Because you said you started these cars and everything.
All came. You see, all came together
at the same time.
Yeah, because I was crafty too. Yeah.
So you were painting at age 10?
Yeah, from age 10 I was doing the pencil sketch.
Okay.
Yeah, I was very good in the sketch making using the pencil. Even if I use clay, these are ordinary clay to do something for you, you will like
beautiful.
it. So from there I know I'm very skillful, but for me I just enjoy making them.
Are you an only child?
No.
How many are you?
Yeah, I have 2 sisters and 1 brother.
Okay, and are all of them gifted? Are they all into this kind of business?
Yeah, my junior brother is a fashion designer. He's also very good.
Okay.
He's also very good. But for the rest, they are married, so I don't know if they are good in cooking. I don't know. But all that I know is my brother is a he's a very good fashion designer. So I can say that creativity is in the family.
It's in the blood. Okay, at age 10 you started your craft.
Yeah, at 18.
But did you go to school?
Yeah, I went to. By then, I was in Tema. I was born in Tema, 21. So I went to Padmore. I did my primary in Padmore, and later Akuzo GSS. Yeah. So from there, I did my welding at this thing, Don Bosco, MVTI. So when I was in Form 2 in JSS, I decided also to learn some bicycle mechanic.
Where?
While schooling.
Where?
At Newtown.
Was it somebody or it was a school?
Somebody.
Okay.
Somebody, yes. I was just using bike and the man said, oh, I just need someone to help me. So I was going.
So when you close from school, then you go there?
From the school, then I go to the shop. Yeah, so I learned the bicycle repairing when I was in Form 2 GSS. So later I moved from Newtown to this place. So when I came here, I was then working in at the May Harbor. So later, looking at the distance, I said, why wouldn't I open my bicycle mechanic? Because I was just a laborer there in a GDLC. So later, I decided to open a bicycle mechanic. So I was doing it for a while.
And this was after GHS?
Yeah, after the Don Bosco. You get me? So I was working in the May Harbor before I moved to New York here in 2010.
So Don Bosco is a secondary level or it's still GHS?
Yeah, it's a vocational.
Okay.
I went there for my vocational. That's where I did my MBTI in welding.
And how long did you stay there?
Yeah, I stayed there, let me say 2 years, because I did 1 year and 1 year attachment.
Okay.
Yeah, so later I moved here and I decided to do my bicycle mechanic thing. So as time goes on, bicycle is a metal thing. So sometimes I do send them to the welding shop for them to weld for me when a place got broken. And later I said, no, I'm a welder. Why wouldn't I try to buy a welding machine and start welding my stuff? So from there, I bought my first welding machine whilst in May Harbor, working in the May Harbor, because it was on and off. I was moving, the shop is going and I'm still working in May Harbor. So I went to the May Harbor for labor to get the money to get my first welding machine.
Okay.
So after doing that, I like challenging myself. So from there, I try a lot of stuff. And later.
So when you started your bicycle shop, how old were you?
Yeah, I started it 6 years ago. No, let me say from 2013. that I started the bicycle mechanic.
Okay.
Yeah.
That's about 8 years ago.
Yeah.
Okay.
From 2013.
And where were your parents in all of this? I mean, you've mentioned your siblings, but
yeah.
Were you with your parents?
Yeah, well, I'm staying with my parents.
Okay.
Yeah.
And they were supporting from the start? I mean, seeing their little boy exploring cars and all of that.
It's not easy, you know. In our society, sometimes you see, you only can't stop us. You get me? We enjoy what we do. You get me? And like I used to say, something in me is pushing me to continue doing it. Sometimes you go and roam on there. You'll be roaming and your parents will be chasing you, trying to cane you, but still, you see, as a kid, that's where we enjoy, and that's what we enjoy doing. You get me? Yeah, but I won't say they did not supported me. I would say once they don't stop me.
So they didn't stop you?
Yeah, they didn't stop me.
But they didn't support you?
Yeah, but, you know, I would not say...
Did they want you to
maybe
be
they supported
a doctor
me in the prayers.
Or somebody?
You see, for me, yeah, they didn't say something like this. Okay. Yeah, I did not see something like this. It's like, you know, some of us, where we grew and the way we brought out, sometimes even our parents, they themselves, what they are facing is serious for them to even think about your future. You get me? So I was just doing what I love doing, what I love to do. You get me? Yeah, I was just doing what I like to do.
Okay.
Yeah, so.
So you mentioned that you bought your first welding machine.
Yeah.
By making money as a laborer.
Yeah.
So after that, how did you get the rest of your resources, and how did you get to this point?
Yeah. So when I started with the welding, I got to know that more people are shifting from this bicycle to motor. Yeah, because maybe they are going to ride this bicycle to the site and go and do this labor work. Yeah, so from there I tell myself, why wouldn't I try to do something like bicycle with an engine that can carry them to far place. You see, when they are tired, they can switch it on to the motor engine. You get me? Because at that point, I got to know that my customers are shifting from the bicycle to the motor thing. So for me to maintain my customers, yeah, I try to motorize the bicycle so that I can still maintain. In that way, you only maintain your bicycle, but I will motorize it for you.
So what you are saying is, when you started your bicycle shop, you got customers.
Yeah.
These customers, were you making bicycles for them, or you were just helping to repair their bicycles?
I was a mechanic by then.
Okay.
So I was just repairing, servicing their bikes for them.
So the automated bicycle was your first trial?
Yeah.
It was an experiment?
Yeah. I started it from, I tried to do the electric stuff, and because I don't have access to some of the batteries and all that, I tried to go to the engine. I tried a lot, seriously. I tried so many engines.
Okay.
And later, I used this engine, and this engine was perfect. And I started doing this, and I made about 15 pieces of them. Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah, I made about.
At a go, when you realized the engine could work.
Yeah, when I started, because the people were interested in that.
So your customers were bringing their bicycles.
Yeah, they were bringing.
And then you do it for them.
Some too, I was doing the bike myself.
Okay.
Yeah, like the other bike here. Yeah, I did it myself. I molded the pipe myself, and after that, I motorized it. Yeah.
I see.
Yeah.
Okay. So, from the motorized bicycles, then you decided to explore motorbikes?
Yeah. So, like I said, I like challenging myself. Yeah. Sometimes I feel like the whites, they are not different from we the blacks. I try to do something. I like challenging. Oh, what is next?
You always want to do more.
I have to do something, something beyond.
More than.
Yeah. Yes. So later, I did mine 3 ties. Yeah, that one, the back was 1 tie and the front 2 tie. Yeah, as you saw it on the page. Yeah, that was the first this thing, something. So I did
kind of a tricycle.
Yeah, it's a tricycle, but it's in the form of car that you will sit in like a seat.
Okay.
You will sit in and drive like a car steer. That was my first
work
after the motorized bike. Yeah. So I tried that one. After that, I did vending bikes. Yeah, for selling food and all ice creams and all that. Yeah, that one too. I did that. That one, a woman came all the way from this thing 37. Yeah. So all the way from 37, she was just trying to get someone who have the idea of creating that thing for her. So later she landed this place and
you were able to do it for her.
Yeah, I was able to do it.
Okay. So in total, since you started this about 6-8 years ago.
Yeah.
How many bikes and bicycles or machines in total would you say you've done?
Let me see. About 20.
20?
Yeah, 20.
All by yourself?
Yeah, all by myself. I spray it, I mold it, I design it, I do everything myself.
So you do bicycles, you do motorbikes.
Yeah.
What else do you do?
You
mentioned
tricycle
vending.
for vending. I do dolly track.
Okay.
For film taking. Yeah. Yeah, I do. I will show you the picture. I do dolly track.
Wow.
The dolly itself, that you set the tripod on it. And that one too, the person came with that. I'm the kind of person, you just bring the idea.
And you find a way to execute it.
Yeah, one thing, I just thank God I don't do it for it to spoil. Yeah.
Wow.
When I touch it, definitely.
I see.
Yeah. That was it. Even talking about the tricycle for disabled. Yeah. The man just bought the bike fresh. Just believe in me. That's what I want.
So they should just come with their issues.
Come with the idea.
State their ideas. Leave you to the work and you execute it.
Just believe that that black man too can do it for me. And by the grace of God. Yeah. Yeah, with the grace of God, I deliver.
Wow. Okay. And these machines you've been doing, have you learned something maybe from YouTube, somewhere else, or it's just the knowledge you gained from your technical school?
You have to seek for knowledge from the experienced people. You get me? You have to seek for knowledge. You get me? Sometimes you look at the bikes that come, you pick something there. You also add your own in a unique way for your own to look different. So I can say I do research. Yeah, I do research.
Ibrahim, how far can this motor, for example, go? Because we know there are different grades of motors.
Yeah.
Yes. So how far can yours go?
Okay. Looking at this motorbike, the engine that I use is this our normal 110 engine. Yeah, popularly known as Mapuka Moto. Yeah, that was the engine that I used. But I can use any engine of your choice. Yeah. This bike particular, I did it for a person that is new. He's now learning how to ride a motorbike. So I use this engine because the engine doesn't have clutch. Yeah, it doesn't have clutch.
So the engine determines the distance the bike can go.
the engine and the speed. Yeah, and the speed.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
And the speed.
Right. Ibrahim, which of your machines would you say is your favorite?
Oh.
I mean, it's a difficult choice.
I like this bike. This one is my latest.
Okay.
The thing is, I keep on improving. I keep on improving on whatever I'm doing. This was the first one that I did, the spider bike that I did. Then the owner of this one saw this and he said I should do the same type for him. So looking at this comparing these two, you can see that this one is
an improved version of the first.
Yeah, I've improved it.
Okay. So this is like your favorite toy for now. Do you have any names? Any pet names for them aside Spider?
Okay. Seriously, this name just came. This name just came automatically. Yeah.
Okay. And what are some of the challenges you've faced since you started this work?
Yeah, for the challenges, I faced a lot. Yeah, I faced a lot. I faced from people around. You get me? From people around and maybe the access. Access to the kind of materials that I use.
How do you get your materials?
Oh, I go to the scraps room, madam.
You get your materials from scraps?
Most of the scraps, most of my materials are coming from scraps because it's like, as I said, it's just something like, it's my passion to do the thing. So once the thing comes in and I feel like doing it, and I don't have the money to buy the brand new, then I have to go to the scrapyard.
So which scrapyard do you go to? I mean, you pay for them or you just go pick them out?
I pay. You know, even scrap, they do buy scrap and they sell scrap.
Yeah, they sell.
So you pay, but it's like you will not pay, you will not buy it like you are buying brand new. And you see, I just want the dream to come true, so I have to go for the scrap. I have to go. So sometimes it's not easy. You'll be roaming on the.
Impressive.
You'll be roaming looking for scraps and.
So you bring the scraps and then you melt them and you put them together.
I bring the scrap, something like this azure that I use for this tricycle. You get me? I will not get it brand new. It's a ATV azure. I will not get it brand new anywhere in Ghana here. And being passionate and someone who want to help the disabled. Yeah, I see my father and I feel like no, with the way he wants the motor to be to suit his condition. I feel like in any